Hello and welcome to this week's 2-minute Parsha. Last week Parshas Tzav ended off with the Shabbos in the 7 days of the inaugural services that the Kohanim did in the Mishkan. This week Parshas Shmini, it's on the 8th day, and Aharon and Klal Yisrael bring for the first time the real deal korbanos and the avodah in the Beis Hamikdash. Aharon then benches Klal Yisrael, and Hashem appears in front of the whole of Klal Yisrael, and a fire comes down from Shemayim and devours the oila and the fats that were on the Mizbeach. Klal Yisrael, seeing this, fall on their faces and they sing songs of happiness. Next in this story in this week's parsha is during the bringing of the korbanos, Nadav and Avihu, the two of the sons of Aharon and Kohen, decided that they wanted to bring torah. Without permission they went and they brought an incense offering, and a fire came down from Shemayim and burned them and killed them. Moshe goes over to Aharon and he consoles Aharon and he says, "Don't worry, b'kroivai HaKodesh, those who are close to me are the ones who are going to sanctify the Mishkan," saying that Nadav and Avihu were essentially the ones who were closest to Hashem. Aharon responds with silence. Then Moshe calls upon Mishal and Eltzafon, his cousins, to take the bodies of Nadav and Avihu out and bury them outside of the Machaneh. Moshe tells Aharon and the Kohanim that to avoid any further tragedy like this, there are 4 rules that the Kohanim have to follow. They must always have their heads shaved, they must always have their clothes rendered and clean, they must never leave the avodah, and they must never do the avodah intoxicated. No drinking wine before doing the avodah. Aharon and the Kohanim then finish off complete doing the avodah that they started earlier on in the day, and Moshe questions them about the korban chatos. He says, "How comes you burnt the chatos? You were supposed to eat it." Aharon stands up for himself, and in defense he said, "How could I have eaten the korban chatos when after what happened to me today?" And that was Aaron's defense, and Moshe accepted Aaron's defense. Hashem then tells Moshe and Aharon together, runs through the laws of what animals are forbidden or permissible to eat, animals that have split hooves and chew the cud, what fish, or also that animals which are also to eat are tummy for the touch as well. Runs through the fish, that they have to have fins and scales, goes through a list of birds that are kosher. The Torah tells us what insects are also, and finally the Torah tells us the halachas of tumah, what and how things transmit tumah, what is makabel tumah, what can become tumah, and how to kasher various kelim, what goes in fire, what needs to be broken. In summary, we had first the parsha of the service of Klal Yisrael, then we had the deaths of Nadav and Avihu, because they brought on torah, then we have the laws of the Kohanim during the avodah, then the Torah lists and defines kosher animals, birds, fish and insects, and the Torah ends off with the laws of Tumah and Tahara. Have a good Shabbos.